welcome to this video, which is in our series on the various issues we all face in life. My name is Stephen Manalik. I live in Melbourne, Australia, and India is the country I love, and I visit as regularly as I can. And I have so many friends in India and many here. And I have some books published on communication. So I'm always happy to talk to people about how we can improve our communication. And it's delightful to work with you, Dr. Sucheta. Do you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, thank you, Steve. I'm Dr. Sucheta Priyavardhini, Director Student Counseling at KIIT University. And I have done my postdoc at Monash University under Government of Australia Fellowship way back in 2010. So I have a good connection with Australia and I love people of Australia. So this video is about, again, Indo-Australia relationship, where Steve is talking and I am also talking on the topic. We have chosen the subject relationship, which is based on our experiences, Stephen Manalak's experiences with the people, and my experiences with the students, youngsters, for last 28 plus years of my service in various schools and in colleges. Now, relationship can be defined in many ways. It has many dimensions: family relationship, corporate relationship, digital relationship, teacher-student relationship, parent and children relationship, country-to-country relationship. We are going to discuss today relationship between boys and girls in the university context. Steve, what are you going to tell regarding which kind of relationship?
Well, I think we can learn a lot from young people about relationships. And in the many sessions I have with young people, I'm always listening to what they've got to say. And I think they're telling us that young people today want to feel safe in their relationship. They want to be with people who support them, who are interested in them, and with friends who can make them laugh or share interests. And most importantly, from young people today in this busy world that they're entering, it's kind of like a chaos world of so much communication. Young people want friends who will listen to them. And I think those are the important things in any relationship. So I would just quickly give a couple of simple tips to the young people watching. And the first is, as we approach relationships, we need to have patience. Things take time. Not everyone's ready to become your friend straight away.
Yes.
And I think patience can help you. And the second tip I'd give is this. If your goal is to be friendly to the other person, to help them if you can, to support them, to keep them safe, to listen to them, you will make friends much more easily than if your goal is just about yourself.
Yes.
Do you understand that? That if we show interest in the other person, that's much more appealing for a relationship than if we're just worried about ourselves. Yeah.
Yes, I mean, what I have found out within these 2 years, young population today is undergoing several transformations, like the chances of getting involved with opposite gender. It increased to a large extent, particularly in the urban parts of the country. And youth population comprises of 35% of urban population and 32% of rural population. Attitudes, perceptions, and experiences of youth regarding romantic relationship and physical intimacy are determined by a number of background characteristics. like age, sex, place of residence, religion, caste, education, economic status, etc. Now, majority of young people like to spend time with friends of opposite sex, both in rural and urban areas, and it's more than a friendship. It's a close relationship, you can say, or close friendship between boy and girl. What do you think? What about in Australia, Steve? About the attraction, about the attitude, about these kind of close relationship in the universities or among the youngsters?
Well, Australia is, of course, a Western culture, and it's a secular culture. It's not very interested in religion or belief systems, and so it's a kind of open, anything goes culture,
Yeah.
and so young people here are very outgoing, um, but the freedom they have comes at a price. And you know, there's been a rapid increase in what we call FOMO, FOMO,
What
and I
is
guess you have it in India as well, fear of missing out.
Yes, yes, that is there.
Yeah, yeah. So young people here in Australia, they want every experience, they want everything, and they want it now.
Yes, yes, the instant.
So, so that might sound as if it's a nice way to live, but it can be very disturbing. Um, you can make a lot of mistakes. You can, if you believe, for example, as people do in the West, that if I could just find someone who will love me, then all my problems will be over. No, it doesn't work like that. And, you know, a lot of people in Australia think, oh, if I found the right partner or the right friend, I would then be happy. No, it doesn't happen like that. We have to work first. And this is something I learned from India. I have some great teachers in India. We have to learn first to love ourselves, to
Yes,
be happy within ourselves. Even if I wish I had more friends, I'm still happy.
yes,
And if we're happy, that shows other people see it and they want to connect with us. So it's very different here, Susheta, but you know, I give the same tip in Australia as I give in India, which is the best tip I can give for making new friends is to be active and involved. Join a club, take up a sport, play a music, be in a study group, volunteer to help people. That way, you'll make friends and meet wonderful people.
yes. I mean, here what I have seen in during these few years, just because your friends are into relationship and you feel left out, that FOMO, what you said, doesn't mean that you must rush into a relationship without knowing the other person. And there is nothing glamorous about falling in love, rather than it is based on an honest and long-term commitment. It should be a long-term commitment.
Yeah.
And that during the college days, what I have gone through, I have divided into, you can say, 5 stages or components of relationship. One is evolution, transition, integration, transformation, and a healthy relationship. When you are into a relationship, you should know what is a healthy relationship rather than falling into that love relationship. What do you think?
Well, I think it's great because a real loving relationship grows out of friendship and knowing the other person over time. So the mistake a lot of young people make in Australia is they just fall in love and instantly that this person is the center of their world. But there's trouble ahead, you know,
Yeah.
because they don't know the person well. So I think just build your friendships, build your friendship groups, and don't feel envy for someone else who's got more friends than you.
Yeah.
I mean, constantly in my life, I'm dealing with people who might be a prime minister, or they might be a vice chancellor of a university. And I could feel envy for how many friends they seem to have. But in fact, I need to be just happy with myself.
Yes, I mean, they actually follow these soap opera that I'm madly in love, I'm blindly in love, like that. Those are for soap opera, not in real life. And as I told you earlier that I'm going to tell you about the stages, I conceptualize by observing and talking to the youngsters. First is evolution. Research suggests that higher exposure to romantic movies was associated with a strong belief that love finds a way. Greater exposure to reality TV shows that belief is love at first sight or true love, which did not surprise us given the journal's focus on early stages of romance, that lavish dates, rose, etc. Then transition is a period that is characterized by gradual acceptance of multiple and conflicting views, like relativism, then willingness to make choices and commit to a plan or solution. Then comes integration. Once each individual feels that confident through their various intensification efforts, that mutual affection has been confirmed, and this is the stage of integration in relationship. Then comes the transformation. As students make a transition from dualism to multiplicity, stage 3 and 4, they become more accepting of alternative viewpoints, uncertainty. Like sometimes we ourselves desire it to end the relationship. We do not want. So if somebody texted me or WhatsApp me to continue in that relationship, if that relationship is not that proper or healthy, then it should end at that time rather than to linger or to follow that relationship. What do you think?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, many relationships have trouble dealing with the fact that the other person inevitably is going to change over time.
Yes, and
You
as
know,
per my research, it says healthy relationship involves honesty, trust, respect, and open communication between partners, and they take effort and compromise from both the people. And if or when a relationship ends, then there is no stalking or refusal to let the other partner go. Steve, we talked more about practical relationship. What do you think about digital relationship? It is more in vogue now.
yeah, it's, by the way, I love your research, Dr. Sucheta, because, you know, you've been finding the role of honesty and trust and respect and openness. And don't we like people who show us those things?
Yes.
And now digital communication is such a big thing in young people's lives, and it's even a big thing in my life. I'm involved in it a lot. It helps us communicate with people around the world, but it comes with some risk. It comes with some downside. Now, the first thing that I think on a lot of the social digital platforms is most people are making their own life look much more exciting and interesting than it really is. And so if I'm sitting at home by myself and I see photos of them out with friends and loved ones and so on, I might feel a bit sad. But they're only showing you those high points. They're not showing you. All of us experience sometimes of being on our own.
Yes.
And if we're content with ourselves, we don't feel lonely. We just happen to be on our own.
Yes.
And I think I'd say to the young people that, you know, you have, every person is so special, and you are so special. And there are so many reasons why people are naturally going to want to be friends with you if you just let them. If you are patient, if you are thinking of them rather than yourself, And there's a thing, an Indian philosopher came up with a saying that each one of us has a magnet in the heart
Yes.
that attracts friends.
Yeah.
And that magnet is thinking of other people, not myself. That magnet is not being selfish, not clinging to other people, letting them grow and change. That's a magnet.
On their own space. I mean, everybody has his own space, isn't it?
Yeah.
And digital this relationship, this shows public display of affection. What I think it is, and social networking sites are used by. Can you imagine over 900 million users worldwide? It's
Wow.
hell of a job. I mean, and the average college student uses Facebook on an average of 1 to 2 hours per day, or more than, maybe more than per day. And as young people in the digital era, many of us prefer making connections, meeting new people through social media. As you told that, okay, those people are making friendship, so I should also make a friendship in the digital media. And being online means you can always make good friends or even find love anywhere in the world, which is great to know if you are someone who is introverted and doesn't socialize with others much. But as convenient and exciting as it seems, the reality is that it can be really dangerous. And so, if you are interested in meeting someone online, here are a few things to remember: fake account, then whether or not he is a child molester, he could be a fraudster. Some people create fake profiles for themselves in order to impress and ultimately either steal your ID or personal information. That also they do, and or use your information to scam someone else. And it is happening in our university as well. They make fake account, they are leasing. So these kind of things happens. And I think, Steve, for any kind of healthy relationship, trust and respect for privacy and space is most important. As you told earlier, you should have your own space. Freedom should be there, isn't it?
Yes, I think so. And I think all good things in relationships start with respect. And if you feel that someone is perhaps going to be a friend in the future, but does not respect you now, well, the chances are pretty good that they won't respect you later either. If we start with respect, then we can build trust.
Yes.
And, you know, as I said before, I think there's great ways to connect with other people and make friends. Your best new friend could be someone who's sitting in the room with you right now and you haven't noticed them.
Yes.
Or it could be someone in your same year or studying the same subject. So I think if we're just the best person we can be, if we accept change, if we're patient, if we accept other people, then we attract new friendships.
Yes.
And I hope that people will take the initiative. If you're concerned today that you don't have enough friends, I really do recommend that you join a club, that you take up a sport, that you play some music, that you volunteer. In other words, get involved in things,
And
and you'll
together
find
also
the
you
world
can
is
do.
full of very interesting people.
Together also you can do a lot of things: studies, going
Yeah.
for yoga, going for exercise, going for a movie. That also you can do if you can contribute. If both the partners can contribute for each other, then that is called that, maybe it's called a healthy relationship. And I hope the viewers must have enjoyed our video, and hope to again we will do a video on any good subject which has some impact on society, isn't it, Steve?
Yeah, thank you very much. It's been good to have the opportunity to talk to people, and I
Yes,
wish everyone the best in
yes.
their future relationships.
Thank you. Namaste.
Thank you. Namaste.